Oh, of course, this time it starts right away.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Crimes, Killers, Cults.
Fuck. And beer.
And nicotine.
Yeah, that too.
So, how you doing, bro?
I'm hanging in there, brother.
That's good. That's Todd.
And that's Bill.
And what the hell are you drinking tonight?
Fuck my life. Oddly enough, I'm drinking vodka again tonight because I never made it to the store.
Okay. So Crimes, Killers, Cults, and liquor.
And liquor, yeah. Well, for me anyway.
How does a woman hold her liquor?
I don't know.
By the ears?
By the ears. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
yeah,
this is going to be one of those shows. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, I have to make a correction on something on last week's episode. I said when we were it wasn't part of the episode, but it was when we were digressing and everything. I was talking about that drywall factory.
Uh-huh.
It's not the one that I was describing that I went exploring in isn't the one that's right there at that inlet. This one's over there near MacDill Air Force Base on the southern tip of Tampa.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I just, you know, in case somebody was like, that's not the one that's there.
That's not what's there.
That's not what's there. There is a drywall factory there, but it's not the one that you're talking about. Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I realized that after the fact.
Go ahead and try to cancel us. I dare you.
Yeah, right. So the creepy one that I was describing is elsewhere, but still, there is one there.
Yes. No, that's the whole point, though. It's like you were, you know,
yeah.
Just because you got the location wrong doesn't mean that you were wrong.
Right. So I don't know. We don't do fake news here. So.
Oh boy, here we go.
I got a question for you.
All right.
What's the stupidest thing you've ever done?
The stupidest thing I've ever done. Which time?
Well, and don't say anything that's incriminating either. Just in general. Just where you had an attack of the dumbass and, you know, just like, okay, that...
Oh, actually, you know what? That happened to me today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, shit. What did you do?
Was going to pick my cat up from the vet, and I completely spaced out and drove to the wrong end of the fucking plaza where the vet is and tried to go into the Weight Watchers door. I'm like, why is this closed? This is where I parked. I'm like, what's going on? And then I kind of like backed up and walked back out into the parking lot. I'm looking like, where's the Island Pet sign? Where's the animal clinic sign? Should be right here.
I've done that before.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Well, the reason I'm asking is because it kind of ties into this episode.
Yeah. I know, dude. I was just like it was like a total just like my brain just shut down and I couldn't figure out why the vet wasn't there. And then I looked down and I'm like, is it down there? And I'm like, but no, it should be right here. This is where I parked this morning.
You're killing me.
So I got back in the truck and I drove down there. I'm like, oh look, there it is. Fuck, dude, I'm an idiot.
You're killing me though, because what I came up with was for mine was, I don't know, I was 9-10 years old, living in Cocoa, in the place we had some woods back behind it. And I would always go out and play in the woods. And I'm out there one time, and there's this man out there. And this man starts talking to me, and he starts walking, and my dumbass follows him. And and he starts talking about how, this would be a pretty cool place to go jack off.
Oh.
And you know, luckily, nothing happened to me, but I could have been fucking raped and murdered.
Or you could have just sat out in the woods and jacked off with a guy. I mean, you don't know that he had fucking ulterior motives. I mean, even though I'm sure he did.
So he was just a beginner.
Right?
he hadn't made his first conquest yet, so he was
he hadn't got his MO down yet.
Right, he was gearing up for it. Anyway, that's probably the stupidest thing that I've done in my life. You know, looking back.
Yeah.
But then again, I wrote a whole song about shit that you were talking about. You know, just crazy, stupid shit. That song's called "Leader of the Dumbass."
Right.
But anyway,
dude, I couldn't believe it, dude. I was just like, I was like really, like, legitimately confused. Like, why isn't the place here? I mean, they just called me an hour ago, told me to come pick up my cat, and now the place isn't here. And I'm like, so what's going on?
You're like that Dane Cook stand-up show where he was talking about where he cheated on his girlfriend and she was asleep when he got home, and it's like, oh, you're late. Oh yeah, they changed the roads, but they changed them back. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You're like they changed the shopping center.
Yeah, they changed the plaza around. I mean, like, dude, dude, there was like a serious 2 minutes where I was just so confused. I was like, what is going on? What has fucking occurred? I'm like, oh God. I mean, I hate the people that say like the Mandela effect and all that shit. And, you know, I'm like, dude, is this like really a Mandela effect that just happened to me? And I'm like, no, it's further. It's up the plaza. I fucking just missed it because I'm a dumbass.
Oh man, that's funny. But I asked because I think that if our subject today had not, you know, killed himself, he'd probably be looking back at what he did and be like, all right, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do.
Well, we'll see.
So anyway, we are covering Marvin Heemeyer and Killdozer.
Yes.
One of the craziest stories
my man
I've ever heard. And yeah, there's people are kind of divided on what they think about this dude.
Yep, that's a fact.
So, Marvin Heemeyer, he was born October 28, 1951 in South Dakota. He had a normal childhood. He was friendly, and he found out early on that he had like a really knack with with machines and everything. So he joins the Air Force in the 70s, and he's stationed in Denver, and he fell in love with Colorado when he was there. And Colorado's gorgeous. I can see falling in love with it.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Yeah, except it's too damn cold.
Too damn high up in the air too. Fuck.
Yeah, nosebleed city. But it's good if you're a kicker though for the NFL.
Apparently. 82 fucking yards.
Yeah. That punt.
I mean, I don't even know if that's what you were talking about, but 82-yard punt.
That was Denver, right?
From a rookie? I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't even know, dude. I don't follow
Denver.
football.
Yeah.
All I know is that this all I heard on the radio. This rookie did an 82-yard punt.
He made the team.
Yeah, dude. He almost kicked the ball out the fucking stadium. Holy shit!
I think it was Denver, which is kind of why I went there. It's crazy that you went there too.
I just happened to hear it on the radio this morning after I took my daughter to the airport.
Well, I hope you bought a lottery ticket because that's a little bit of a coincidence right there.
Yeah, it is. But a good one.
Yeah. So
I didn't, but yeah, anyway, not the point.
So you don't need to win the lottery. I do, so I can move my ass back over to Merritt Island.
Yeah, right.
So, while in the Air Force, he got his MOS was he was a mechanic, and he got very, very, very good at welding. Like top notch. Like, it's like when he went into business for himself and everything, people considered him like the best welder in the entire state of Colorado.
Yes.
So, yeah, he was really, really good at it. So, after he gets out of the Air Force, he decides yeah, I'm moving to Colorado. So he moves in, and in 1991, he moves to Grand Lake, Colorado, which is I think about 2 hours or so from Denver, but it's up in the Rocky Mountains, and snowmobile. There's got to be a word every freaking episode, doesn't there?
I know, right? Yeah, you trip over at least one every time.
Snowmobiling is very popular in that part of the country, and he loved it.
Yeah,
he loved it. He did it all the time, like during the winter and everything. And he decides to open a muffler shop in Granby, Colorado, which is where the story, the bulk of the story takes place.
yes.
And he had found the perfect property for it. Now the property had been foreclosed on and auctioned, and Marvin went to buy it. Yeah, he went to the auction to buy it. Enter the next character in this story, Cody Dorcheff. He owned the Mountain Park concrete plant, and he wanted that property too, because his property sat next to, the property where his concrete plant sat right next to this property that Marvin had his eye on for his muffler shop. It's
Yes.
about a 2-acre spot.
Yeah.
So they both wanted it, and a bidding war started between Cody and Marvin. It was first asked for $25,000, which $25,000 back in 1991, probably about like 75, 80 grand now, maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But
Yeah, probably something close to that.
But still, can you imagine getting a 2-acre property in the mountains for 25 grand?
Yeah. Well, back then you could do shit like that.
Or hell, even 80 grand.
Yeah, right.
2 acres in the mountains. So
I know, yeah, dude. That's all. I mean, 25 grand sounds like a lot of money, but
it was back then, but not now. But still, I mean,
yeah.
Even if it
like,
is,
dude, you need 25 grand to fill up your fucking gas tank now.
Yeah.
I mean, even though gas is coming down, I know it is, and it's like a whole lot better. But damn.
Yeah. So Cody, 35K. Marv, 37. Cody, 38. Marv, 42. And Marv won, and Cody got pissed off and everything. I mean, this is according to Marv. So about how this went down, Cody has a different version of it. But Cody,
well, of course he does, because he's the fucking villain in this story.
They're both villains.
Nah.
Actually, Cody tried. Hashtag we'll get there.
Yes, hashtag we'll get there.
Yeah, he introduced himself to Marv, and he wants to buy the property from him. It's like, look, I wanted to expand my business and everything. I came here to buy this, and then here you come and snatch it out from underneath me. It's like, if you're going to an auction, you might want to, it's like, okay, you know how much you're going to want to bring probably 3 to 4 times the amount that you think that the opening bid might be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, everybody should know how auctions work. I mean, you can't just show up with like, oh, I got this guy. He doesn't have that much money. I'll get him, and you don't bring enough, and then next thing you know, you're like, well, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Should have brought more money.
Yeah. So Marv agrees, and Marv agrees to. He's like, I'll sell it to you, 60 grand. And
you see, I heard a very different version of this story, but it's okay. Keep going.
So Cody declines. I got this off of the bulk of my information came off of the Tread documentary or docu-movie which you can watch on Prime and everything. And for all
it's actually on YouTube for free too. By the way.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. You watched it?
No, I didn't. But when I was looking up information about this, I saw it. They have the full movie for free on YouTube.
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
Free with commercials, obviously, but yeah.
Right. But the way it came up to me is it seems like it was a good it was pretty fair to both sides. It didn't like a lot of documentaries they'll pick one side and gang up on the other. This movie didn't do that.
Yeah, but I'm just I mean, like the stuff that I looked up about it is like they came to him to sell his land, and at first he said $25,000. I mean, it wasn't like they were at an auction for it, like being like a bidding war. It was like, I want $25,000, and then he was like, "No, I want 30." Or am I getting ahead?
Well, yeah, you are getting ahead, but your numbers are way low too. He
I'm just saying, that's what I heard. That's the information I'm like I said, like. I mean, we obviously found different versions of this story, which is fine because that's what makes things good.
He had just bought it for $42,000, so he's not going to turn around and sell it for $25,000.
See, I don't see the stuff that I watch doesn't even talk about any of that. It's like he bought the land, that was it. He had it. He built his muffler shop. Then the cement guy wanted it, so he said, "All right, I'll sell it to you for $25,000." And he's like, "Well, no, 30. No." And then he started jacking up the price.
That comes later. This is what you watched. Didn't have the initial, when Marv initially bought it.
Yeah, because I think what I watched pretty much started out with he had it, and then
right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry if I got ahead.
That's all right. So Marv didn't like Cody. He said that he was an asshole. Came at him all, like, oh, how dare you buy that out from underneath me? Blah 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 blah, and everything. And that's Marv's side of it. Cody has a different description, and it's just back and forth. He said, she said.
Yeah. So
Marv builds his muffler shop, and it's very successful. Marv, like I said before, he's like considered the best welder in all of of Colorado. Lots of people knew him and liked him and everything, and all of the snowmobiles that were in Granby, and all the towns around, they would bring them to him for these custom bumpers that he had basically invented to put on their snowmobiles. And basically what they are is, they're made out of steel, and they can clear things out of the way. So it's like it's like those big bumpers that people mount to the front of their pickup trucks. Yeah, but this was a design that he came up with on his own.
Yeah.
So he had a girlfriend at the time, a girl named Trisha, and they apparently had a good relationship. That's not really, she doesn't come up. Yeah, she doesn't come up. She doesn't come up with until like later at the end of the story, but I guess now is just as good of a time to do to do this. I'm just gonna introduce a couple people. A couple more characters. We'll just go ahead and get them out of the way.
Alrighty.
Patrick Bauer. He had run a story, about Marv and his and his muffler shop. And like shortly after, a month or two after he had opened it, and he offers Marv an ad and a story about his muffler shop for free.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, just because everybody likes him and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, this is one of those like tiny towns where everybody knows everybody and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Marv blows him off. So, but as far as like the interview is concerned, Yeah, it's like they would schedule times for the interview, and then Marv wouldn't show up. So Joe Joe? Where the fuck did Joe come from?
Where'd Joe come from? What's wrong with you? Get your story straight.
I'm a victim of my own writing.
Yeah. Always, dude. That's what I'm telling you, dude. You need to get like a tablet, dude, and just type your notes out on a tablet. It'll be much clearer, and you can enlarge it if you need to.
I write a hell of a lot faster than I can type.
Well, that's not the point. I mean, okay, write them out first, get it all written out, and then transfer it or something, because you obviously can't even read your own writing.
Go on our Twitter page, CKC_beer, and scroll down a few posts, and you'll see a picture of my like a sample of my notes. And,
yes.
And that was one of my more neater.
It's
pages.
atrocious.
Ironically enough, those notes were on an episode that still has yet to be released.
Again, you're coming at me again about that. Yeah, I'll get it done. I know. I've been saying this for like, what, 3 weeks now? 4 weeks now?
We recorded it almost, like 6 weeks ago. Maybe even longer than that.
Okay, so whatever. I'll get it done. Dude, you know what? It's like, dude, when you ask a guy to do something, he'll do it. There's no need to remind him every 6 months.
Oh, shit.
I'll get it done.
Well, hopefully it can be the lucky number 20 episode, which is the one that which is the one that I'm gonna release this coming Sunday.
Yeah, it could be. You know what? Let's do that. I'll make sure I get it done so it can be 20.
Right.
Since we've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah, we don't have millions of listeners and everything like some of the big dog podcasters do. So yeah, but there's got to be some of our regular listeners that we do have. They're going to be like, "Geez, when are they going to release that frickin' episode?"
Dude, they keep talking about it. Are they ever going to do it?
And who is this Nazi Joe?
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. So he would, Patrick Bauer, he's trying to set up an interview with Marv, and Marv blows him off. Yeah, but I almost said Joe again.
Why?
It's because I have the word just, but
all right.
Just looks like Joe in Bill handwriting.
And that alone should tell you how bad his fucking handwriting is. That a 3-letter word that is a name for a person that only has one common letter with a 4-letter word looks the same. That should tell you how bad his handwriting is if you haven't looked at the Twitter page yet.
So Marv blows him off, but Patrick just runs the ad anyway, just the ad by itself. So Marv is pissed off because he thinks that Patrick is the one blowing him off. So of course now Marv's got a grudge. And one thing that we're going to find out about Marv is he doesn't just hold grudges, he nurtures them. He coddles them. He caresses them.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
So later Patrick, he says that he needs a truck for a move, and somebody suggests, hey, go see Marv. So Marv says, okay, it's $400 for 4 days, but you have to make sure that the transmission fluid is kept up because it's got a leak. So Patrick agrees, but upon the return, Marv says that he didn't do it, and that the transmission is damaged, which wasn't true. So he says like, okay, well, you can either pay me an additional $800 so I can fix the transmission, or I'm going to take you to court. So Patrick just shells out the money and moves on. So,
all right.
And then another rival that he has, and all this comes into play at the end of the episode. The Thompson Excavation. The owners of this were millionaires, and Dick Thompson is the father. The owner.
Dude, there's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't know if I want to go there or not.
So Dick dies in 2003, and the business is left to his son. Now, Marv goes to his sons about an altercation that he had in 1992 with the father, Dick Thompson, and he said that it costed him $300,000, and he demands that Dick Thompson's son pay him $300,000 to make up for what his dad did 11 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So the sons are like, go piss on yourself.
As you would.
Yeah. So in 1992, when he had first taken over the property,
mm-hmm.
the town says that he needs to hook the shop's sewer to the main city line, and that would be over 100 feet of sewer pipe just to connect it.
Technically, it was only 60 feet. And the only reason he had to hook up is because they moved the sewer line when they put in the cement plant.
Right. But they did that prior to him getting the property. Now, they told him this in 1992. And it would cost him like $100,000.
See, dude, you heard a radically different version of this story than I did, man. Because this is not the way I heard it go down. See, this wasn't in 92. This was later on. Dude, this is when they were trying to fucking force him out.
No, you're hold on. In 1992, they first told him, when he took possession of the property, they told him that it needed to be done. So,
like I said, dude, that's not the version of the story I heard.
I
heard it. It went down like this, dude. He had the property. The cement plant wanted it. The city council fucking just ganged up on him and started violating him, moved the sewer line 60 feet away from him, and then did not grant him the easement to connect to it. Wanted to charge him $80,000 to connect to it, and then wouldn't grant him the easement. That's what happened.
Right, and that's where I'm getting there. But
you're taking too long.
This was in the 90s when they told him this, and he would need
we obviously heard different versions of this story, and that's fine.
but he needs the easement. Now, explain what an easement is.
I'm not 100% sure, but it has to do with property. Like they say, okay, you can, and don't hold me to this because I'm not 100% sure, but what I think it is, like an easement is like they make it so you can do what they want. Like they grant you the permit to dig and connect, I think. Don't hold me to it because I could be totally wrong.
I was thinking that it was something like a driveway or something that would go or something that would let it go partially onto Dochev's property in order to do it, but I don't know.
It could be. Hold on, let me look it up because now I'm curious because like I said, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. No, dude, learn how to type. God, I can't type worth a fucking shit.
Well, neither can I. That's why I write my notes.
But see, that's the thing, though. I'm on my phone. If I was on my tablet, the keyboard is much bigger, and I can totally type on the keyboard on my tablet. What is an easement? Oh, look, it's the first thing that comes up, and they say that Google's not listening to you.
Yeah, right. And I bet this story comes up too.
No, not right off the bat, but it's probably in there somewhere. Easements 101. What are they and why are they important? So you bought the perfect property, and now you're ready to build your dream home until you look at the title and paperwork and see them for easement. So what's an easement anyway? In short, an easement is the legal right given to another person or entity to trespass upon or use land owned by someone else.
Okay, so I was.
So
I
you
was
were right.
I was at least on the right, in the right neighborhood.
Yeah, you were closer to right than I was. But like I said, I wasn't sure, but yeah, you were closer to right than me. So yeah, I guess to connect to the sewer line, he had to go onto the cement plant's property, and they wanted to charge him $80,000 for that, and then they denied the easement to him. That's how I heard it. But that's probably coming later because I keep jumping ahead because I'm like, dude, let's get to the fun part.
Yeah, right. He told them that he couldn't afford it, but at the time, what he was doing for his sewage for his shop was he had it connected. He had the line connected to an empty cement truck mixer tank. That whenever it filled up, he would pour it into a retention ditch.
Nice,
which is gross.
That's creative thinking, man.
Where do you think?
So basically, he made his own septic tank.
I'm curious.
And then just dumped it wherever he wanted, like fucking Randy Quaid in Christmas Vacation.
Like in
Shitter's full.
The Simpsons, where he took that silo full of manure and dumped it in the water.
Yeah, or like Randy Quaid in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
dumping his fucking shitter's full. Dude, that's great. See, I didn't hear that part of it. That's not part of what I read, but I must have read the abridged version of this story.
But I'm curious as to where that mixer tank came from, because what's right next to his property?
A cement plant.
Did he steal it from Dochev?
Dude, that's what makes it so fucking just poetic. Is that he's using a cement truck mixer for his shitter
to shit in.
Next to a cement plant.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that doesn't get more poetic than that.
No, that's funny.
you can't do something like that unless, dude, you can't write this story.
Oh, his balls were bigger than his fucking bulldozer.
Yes, they were.
So he told him that he couldn't afford it, and they refused to give him a discount, so he blows them off. And Dochev said that he could buy two acres at $40,000 for the easement, and Marvin's like, no, I can't do it. So a local recruiter, Patrick Browse. he reported
somebody
on
can't read his own handwriting.
So no, I'm fumbling, which is something that the Miami Dolphins did not do one single time in their game against the Bucs last Saturday.
Yeah, but it's only preseason, dude. Give them a chance. Those Dolphins are going to suck again this year, just like they always do. And so is Tampa, so don't worry about it.
No, we're winning the Super Bowl this year.
God damn, dude. Are you drinking vodka, too? You're delirious, son. But all right.
So, Patrick Browser, he reported on the sewage issues, and he basically let everybody know about the cement mixer tank and all that stuff. And
so this is the newspaper guy from earlier that said he was being blown off for the interview when it was probably really the other way around.
I heard an interview with him on a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The podcast interviewed this guy, and this is kind of where where this part comes from. That cite my source. It was True Crime Kent on their Killdozer episode. They
Dokie?
Huh?
I said okie dokie.
Yeah. So, but and Marvin, Patrick reported on the sewage issues and everything, and the feud that Marvin had with county council and with Docha. Marvin took it as a personal attack. So,
because it was.
Well, I mean, he had a lot of time. I mean, they gave him an awful lot of leniency, which we're going to find out.
If you say so.
So
because seriously, like the version of the story I heard was a lot shorter than this.
Well, I'm the reason why our episodes are so long.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, Docha officially purchases the property that his plans on from its owner, a man named Gus, and I don't have his last name.
That's okay. We could just call him Gus.
Yeah, Gus is fine.
He's the only Gus in the story, right? So we don't really
Yeah.
need a last name.
Yeah, and it's not Joe either. So,
although Gus is closer to Joe than Just is closer to Joe.
So Marvin offers the muffler shop property to Docha for $250,000, which was $20,000 less than it was appraised at. Yeah, and he decided that he wanted to move to another community, because people were ganging up on him.
Yes,
and
they were.
So Marv says that Cody just blew him off on that offer, but Dochev says that he agreed to purchase it for $250,000, but Marv is like, no, $375,000.
Okay, yeah, this is what I heard.
Cody agreed.
I didn't have enough zeros on it.
Right. Cody agreed to that, but Marv backed out of that too. He said, nope.
He raised it again, yeah.
To $1 million.
Yes, that's it, yes.
So Cody's just like, no. So in 1998, Cody began construction on his brand new concrete plant. Marv got pissed. He's just like, oh, this is causing a bunch of sand and blowing and dust blowing and noise and traffic and blah, 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 blah. And Marvin was acting like he wanted to work his issues out. And Cody really had no issues. He just wanted the damn property. I mean, he didn't need it, but he wanted it. Marv needed it. And Marv was the one that had the sewer issues, not Cody. So Cody had the upper hand in this thing at this point. There were 21 acres behind the muffler shop, and Marv wanted to use it for to build a parking lot, which would actually make it easier on him to connect the sewer, because it would actually be his land.
Yeah.
But Cody, sick of Marvin's shit, he had purchased 2 acres directly behind Marv's property. Oops. Mm-hmm. And those would have been the 2 acres that he needed in order to make that his own property and everything, so that he could fix the sewer issues.
See? This guy's the villain, I'm telling you, dude. Our boy Marv's not the villain here. He's being fucking conspired against.
Well, in that, I wouldn't necessarily. Okay, it's conspiring. All right, I'll give you that. But it's no different than anything else that somebody does. Like if somebody has something that you want and you're determined to get it, you find a way to do it.
You do whatever it takes. Yeah, no, I get that.
Right. So in 1999, Marv, he had been able to get some locals, townspeople, against the plant construction, citing like pollution and stuff like that. Cody's counter thing, his counterattack to that accusation was, hey, I'm going to create jobs and bring in new business. And ultimately, the popularity contest, Cody won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens with the bad guys. They cheat and win. But hey, it is what it is.
So Marv began recording himself ranting, just telling about how everything is just like they found at the end of this, when they searched his property and everything, they found like a shitload of cassette tapes that he had recorded, and some videotapes as well.
Yes.
But county council, actually, I jumped ahead of myself here. County council approved the plant construction with ecological restrictions on it. So, so Marv loses it, and that's when he starts, recording all those tapes. So, somewhere along in this, he just happened, I don't know whether he went online or whether he had some just like construction magazine or something that had classifieds in the back of it or whatever. But he sees this huge ass bulldozer, a Komatsu bulldozer, on auction in California. So he went there and he purchased this freaking huge bulldozer.
Yes. My man.
And it was delivered to his property. He parked it right by the street with a for sale sign on it. It's like, and it's just like, okay, a lot of people say that he did that for intimidation, or and it's possible, but maybe at first he just wanted to flip it.
Maybe
that doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna go with that. This was part of his plan the entire time.
Yeah, he just got this big ass monster sitting out there, and this thing's freaking huge. It's like 20 feet tall, probably about like 40 feet. This is
a big bulldozer. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, this is the type of bulldozer that you would use if you're clearing mountain, rocks and stuff like that.
This is like clearing roads through a fucking mountain pass or something. This is what this thing was. This was a monster.
Yeah, and just by itself, it was a freaking monster. And we haven't even gotten into what he's done to it, which hashtag we'll get there. But nobody was interested. Nobody was interested, so it just sat there for like a year. So Marv was really pissed off, and he sues Cody Dochev and the city about the plant and everything. And Cody, he offered the easement to Marv, if he would just drop the lawsuit. Marv said, "Nope, not dropping the lawsuit." Yeah, he's just like, I'll give you the easement. Just drop the lawsuit.
Yeah,
but nope. In 2002, the county began fining Marv $100 a day until he connected to the Sugar.
You sure it was only 100? Because I heard it was more than that, but I don't know.
It was $100 a day, and they also said that he couldn't operate his business until he was hooked up. So this is 10 years. He's been there for 10. They told him when he took possession of the property that he had to that it had to be done. This is 10 years later.
Did they? Did they tell him that though?
Of course they would. Like if you buy a property, it's like if you buy a car, and like if you're in states that have emissions and everything, and you have to have like emissions tests done. You buy a car, like an old car in one of these states and everything, and it can't pass an emissions test. You have to get the emissions fixed before.
I'm glad we live in Florida. Don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore.
Oh, I know. I have had. I brought that up because I went through that. I remember it, dude. I remember when Florida used to be that when I was a kid, dude.
Like, just down the road from me, it's now an oil change place, but it used to be the place you had to go to get your fucking emissions checked. Like, every year, you got that fucking sticker put on your fucking windshield.
Sticker,
dude.
yep.
Oh,
And
dude, I am so glad that shit got fucking shot down in here, at least here in Florida, dude, because you know what? Fuck the grandkids. I'm cold now.
I had bought an old Dodge pickup truck, and I was living in Chattanooga at the time, and that's where they do that there. And I don't know if they do it in Tennessee, like as a whole state, or if it's just Chattanooga.
Okay,
but
places not to go.
But I had bought it. It was a really cool truck. It was a really cool truck. I loved it, and I bought it, and I couldn't get it to pass emissions. One time, I took because it had a carburetor in it, and one time I took that seafoam stuff that you can get.
Yeah.
You know, and I pulled the line, the intake line, off of the engine block that leads into the carburetor, and I stuck it into that thing.
Okay.
I stuck it into that thing and so it's just sucking in that seafoam because I'm thinking there might be a blockage. You want to talk about freaking white smoke, man? And there was like no wind that day, so it was just like it took probably about 20 minutes for that smoke to completely, dissipate.
See, dude, that's that's an asshole move. You know?
Yeah. It's like I just bought this damn truck. Why is it legal for them to sell me a truck that can't fucking pass emissions?
Well, because the government's got to get their pound of flesh out of you one way or another.
Yeah, but still,
dude, and that's the fucking truth of it, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I do not give a fuck.
I had bought it from
the government. The government is going to get their pound of flesh out of you no matter what. They'll make up fucking bullshit to make you pay them, dude. It don't matter.
But anyway. What I did was on the plus side, this was during the summer. And, and when I did it, it was like around dusk, so the mosquitoes were out.
Oh, so you turned yourself into a skeeter truck? Nice.
No, I got rid of the mosquitoes for a while because a lot of smoke was there.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you turned yourself into a skeeter truck. And anybody that lives in Florida, you know what the fuck a skeeter truck is. Like, you just be sitting there and all of a sudden you hear...
and you get behind that thing and you start coughing like crazy.
Yeah, dude. Huh? Like, skeeter truck's driving down the road. Don't go outside.
Yeah. You start coughing and everything.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, dude, it kills mosquitoes. It'll definitely kill a person if you breathe it indirectly. I mean, fuck's sake.
Right. But... So he started writing checks, to pay these fines and everything. And on the memo line on the check, it says the Cowards and Liars Department.
Yes, my man.
and he says that Cody wouldn't let him get the easement, which is not true. He offered to give it to him and pay for it himself if he would just drop the lawsuit.
But it's not up to Cody to do that. The city council has to vote on that.
No, Cody can purchase. Cody can give him the easement.
No, it has to be a city council decision, I think. Or dude, the government has to have their hand in that because they got to get some fucking payola for it. I mean, Cody might have told him that, like, look, dude, if you drop the lawsuit, I will fucking speak on your behalf and make sure you get the easement. But Cody can't grant the easement, even though it's his land, dude. That's a government decision.
Right, but apparently the county council had agreed to it.
Well, yeah, because, they're the bad guys, too. So it's all a bad guy plot here. Just saying.
So Marv's lawsuit was dropped. And so whatever legment, what,
dude, I don't even know what word you were trying to say right there. Was it judgment? Were you trying to say judgment?
No, whatever leverage that he had.
Oh.
was gone at this point, and now, of course, no easement.
Yeah. Yeah, the
he
council screwed him.
He had 10 years.
It doesn't matter, dude.
It does matter.
It doesn't.
Well, if I was driving that pickup truck that I bought, that couldn't pass emissions and everything, when it came time to re-register it to get that sticker for my license plate, if I had tried to drive that, guess what? I would have gotten pulled over for driving on an expired plate, and then they would start finding me.
Yeah, that's different though.
No, it's not. It's the same thing, except
it's not.
He had 10
years.
At all. He had 10 years. 10 years.
See, like I said, we heard different versions of this story. But all right, even 10 years, dude. But you know what? They didn't do nothing about it. So, no, dude, if they're not going to do nothing about it, that's fine. They didn't do anything about it until the cement plant wanted to be built or get made.
I thought you were going to say cement pond.
The cement pond? Yeah. That almost came out. No lie. I almost did. But then, they built the cement plant, and then that's when everybody started hating on him and like, all right, dude, let's just fuck him over and we'll just drive him out of town.
Nah, he had 10 years to comply.
They fucked with him for 10 fucking years. That's how a man gets to that point where you just snap.
They didn't fuck with him for 10 years. They finally, after 10 years, decided, hey, look, asshole, you gotta do you gotta make this right. You gotta do what you need to do and everything. They had been lenient on him for 10 years.
Nah.
He wasn't being fined $100 a day for 10 years. This was just for a little bit of time. That they were actually finding him. I mean, we're talking about less than
who gets to decide when you enforce a rule?
Well, if they,
it's like you said earlier, dude. They should have been fucking enforcing that. They should have been finding him from day one, and then maybe he would have got it done. Instead of like, oh, we'll just let it go. Oh, look, there's this guy that wants to build a cement plant. It'll make this town way more money. So now let's fuck him.
They were being lenient on him for 10 years. He knew that he knew that it had to be
following the rules.
I bring up my emissions thing on my pickup truck. You're not making my man out to
be a bad guy, dude. My man is the hero in this. I'm telling
you. Oh my god.
But anyway,
so he wanted to appeal the case being dropped, but his own attorney said no. Don't appeal it. And then he gets pissed off at the attorney. So
his attorney turned on him too? Fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
And that's one thing where it's like, okay, you've got attorneys out there defending serial killers, saying it's like, okay, oh, they didn't do it. They're perfectly good people. Blah blah blah. They never did anything. Yeah, but this guy's just like, no, don't appeal.
I'd be like, motherfucker, I'm paying you a fucking fortune. We are appealing this, or
you're fired. So in 2003, Marv sells everything on the property except for the bulldozer and his warehouse.
Yes.
The daily fines keep coming in, and he's got no income and everything. So the fines are bleeding him dry. Not selling any business, not having any business and everything is bleeding him dry. He's convinced that the town was, out to get him.
Because they were.
But in 2003, God spoke to him when he was having a beer in his hot tub, and he said God would use his life as a sacrifice to make the town pay for their sins. He will have his revenge.
You're making that shit up, dude. That didn't happen.
I am not. It did happen.
You're making that up, dude. That's in no version of this story that I've ever fucking read or seen.
It's on his tapes. It's on his tapes, and you can find his tapes on YouTube. It's in his tapes.
All right, if you say so. I didn't listen to the whole tapes. I listened to like a lot of it. I mean, a lot of it was in this thing that I watched.
No, this whole thing and these tapes and everything, he's talking about how God was going to use him to. But yeah, this is one
thing.
He
was talking about how people were to get what's coming to him, and that was his fucking.
No, God was going to use him. God, he was.
No,
dude,
no.
Yes.
No, you can't be. You can't be talking about my man like that, dude. No fucking way.
No, I heard it.
All right, if you heard it, but fuck, dude, really, it went that way. God damn
it did. So he's like,
fuck my life, fuck me in the goat ass.
But the thing is, it's just like, okay, these people.
You know what? He might not be my man anymore. I might be turning against him now too.
I'm sorry, brother. No, I'm not. But I'm going to digress here for a little bit. It's just like, okay, God spoke to him. He's gonna do this and everything, and for him, and it's like, like the cult episodes that we've done, specifically Faith Assembly and everything. You're like, okay, well, God did this. I spoke to God, and God made my car start when the battery had been stolen. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
that's a whole bunch of horse shit.
It is a whole bunch of horse shit, and so is this. But the thing is, it's just like these people, and this is something that I realized like after we did those episodes. It's like, it's really narcissistic to think that God would prioritize your fucking car not starting because the battery was allegedly stolen, and take care of that. Meanwhile, there's a little fucking kid that's been kidnapped and sold into sex trafficking, and she's praying to God every fucking night, please save me, and nothing fucking happens.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder if there really is a God. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know there isn't, but, whatever.
No, when I hear these things, I believe in God and all that stuff, but some of his followers are stupid.
I don't have a problem with you believing in God. I don't have a problem with anybody believing in God. If that's what I'm doing, my mom believed in God. I, however, do not, because you cannot offer me one shred of proof that isn't the Bible that proves God is real. You cannot do it. Nobody can. You cannot do it. I don't give a fuck what any of you say.
So
you can't, dude. If if you believe that a book is real, a book that was written by people that's been edited, retranslated, fucking parts of it cut out because it didn't suit the fucking people that were in power at the time to try to keep the peasants under control. If you believe that book is real, then you better not go bury your fucking pets at the Micmac burial ground. That's all I gotta
say. But I just had to throw that in there because at some point it was going to come out in one of these episodes, because I was re-listening to some of those episodes and everything, and I was just like, especially when we talked about the testimonies in Faith Assembly. And if you're just finding us for the first time, go back and listen to the Faith Assembly episodes, because that was a cult that I was actually part of as a child.
Indeed.
And it's intense. But anyway, it's a 2-part episode.
That was a good one. That was a good episode. I mean, it actually pushed me to the fucking edge, but that was a good episode.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. It's like these people are talking about their testimonies. Oh, God did this to me, and blah 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 blah. Well, what about
why would he pick you? Like, why does God pick you?
Why would he pick you in your car over a fucking kid that's being sex trafficked? That's probably praying to God every night.
Why does this 3-year-old beautiful little girl have fucking leukemia? What God does that to a child?
Right. So it's just hashtag. But I digress. This is a lighthearted episode, kinda.
It is. I'm sorry I ranted like I did. I kind of got a little.
No. I did it. I was.
I know you started it. You started it. I just ran with it. But yes, I went on a fucking rant, and I was actually angry.
Oh, I did too. We both did. We both went on rants.
Anyway,
moving hashtag. On. But we digress.
Yes. Moving on.
So after God spoke to him, then he hatches the idea for the Killdozer. So
I don't know though, dude. I think I'm switching sides here, dude. I was totally thinking this guy was like a fucking hero, and now that I'm hearing all this shit that I did not know, because obviously I looked at the wrong stories or whatever, I'm like, dude, I think I might be switching sides here. Even though, dude, I love the fucking Killdozer. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love the Killdozer too. But I think what it is it's like, it's just like us as men and everything.
Yeah.
We fucking admire this guy, not because of what he did, not because of how he did it. I mean, he was a, what I know of the story and everything. I think that he's, kind of like an anti-hero or whatever.
I'll give you that. I'll totally give you that.
And it's just us as guys. We look at what he did. It's just how many times have you just wanted to, it's like somebody pisses you off. I just want to go fucking knock their house down.
Okay, like, are you asking me like today or like total through my life?
Just in general. I mean, it's like when
because like on a daily basis.
About 2 or 3 times a day.
Closer to like 20 or 30. But yeah.
Well, shit, I'm a truck driver.
But I constrain myself. I mean, apparently God doesn't talk to me for a reason.
Well, I'm a truck driver. I want to run over 4-wheelers on a daily basis because they haul ass to get in front of me and then they slam on their brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Like they're, you know why they're doing that though? They're trying to get you to run into them so they can fucking insurance fraud you.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Fucking cunts do that shit all the time, dude. It's like, you know what? If you spend this much effort trying to get a trucker to run in the back of you to get insurance money, you could go get a job and actually work.
Yeah, hell, you could go get your CDL and be a truck driver. It's a pretty good paying job.
But no, we can't do that because we're fucking lazy and don't want to work. We just want instant money.
There is a video on YouTube of this. Okay, but there is a video on YouTube where this it didn't take place in the United States, but so it's one of these places where there's cameras like all over the damn place, yeah. And just for situations like this, you can make an argument for having cameras all over the fucking place, because what happened was this fucking it's on like an interstate, or Autobahn or whatever they call it, but it's on there, and this fucking car just like right next to an exit just stops, just like slows down and everything, and it's like trying to get hit. A semi comes up behind it, slams on its brake, the truck jackknifes and goes over. Another truck jackknifes and goes over just to avoid the truck that jackknifed in front of him, and then this fucking cunt or asshole or whatever just drives off the fucking ramp like nothing ever happened.
It's like, fuck, I didn't get hit. All right, I guess I'll move on then.
Yeah, I guess I'll move on. But you know what? If they had
like seriously
hit,
though, dude, seriously though, stopping on a fucking interstate, you're not gonna survive. If a truck hits you, you are not gonna survive.
Yeah, you're dead.
To get insurance money, you will be fucking disintegrated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, dude, okay, I get it. Like fucking cutting a fucking semi off and then fucking brake checking him and hope he bumps into you. Yeah, that's one thing. But come and do a complete fucking stop, dude. Especially if it's like in Germany or whatever on an Autobahn, like where there is no speed limit.
I'm thinking it was England, but I'm not positive.
Okay, well, there's speed limits in England, but at the same time though, dude, it's like, dude, you're fucking stopping in front of a fucking 20-ton or more fucking semi truck.
Yeah.
Dude, do you not realize that when that hits you, even if he sees, thank God that guy saw that car and fucking stopped and jackknifed his truck and probably fucked himself up.
Yeah.
And this fucking cunt just drove off. But, dude, if that guy didn't see you and he hit you, dude, it's like people that try to race a train across the tracks. It's like, dude, they never find the body when that shit happens. Like, dude, you would be fucking disintegrated. There would be so little of your body left that your fucking family would have nothing to bury.
Nope.
Except maybe like a fucking eyeball or something that didn't get stepped on by some fucking clumsy ass cop fucking cordoning off the scene.
People need to realize that. But
they don't, because they think, oh, it's just going to hit me. I'm just going to get bumped, and then I can sue them. Like, no, dude, you will be fucking disintegrated.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, you'll be dead. I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
Nice. You totally got me.
Dude, it was a Star Wars quote. Of course I fucking got you.
This is when he hatches the idea for Killdozer, and I think I already got that. But
we did, but it's a good place to come back in.
Yeah. So he gave his house to a friend, and he moves into the warehouse on his property where his muffler shop is. Yeah, and he's going to focus all his energy on building this thing. I mean, basically all he had. Go ahead.
And didn't he, like, when you said earlier that he, like, sold all his shit or whatever, dude, he sold all his shit to get the money to build this beast.
Right.
It's what I heard.
But there's more to it as well, and we'll get to that. But but basically all he had was his like a little cot to sleep on. He had a hot plate, a microwave, and a TV. What
else do you need?
And he
when you're plotting your revenge, that's all you need is a cot, a hot plate, a microwave, and a TV.
Right, and water, obviously, but you know he had water. So, but
yeah, well, you know,
but the bulldozer needed to be armored like to the T because he wanted to obviously destroy buildings and everything, and it needed to be bulletproof.
Yes.
So there's he had 2 movies. I don't have that written down what they were. Damn. I'm slacking. I'm sorry. But so he disappeared into the warehouse and everything. You know, he mixed concrete and everything. He welded half-inch thick steel plates reinforced with the concrete on the insides to to build an enclosure to go around this fucking thing.
Yes, he covered the engine of the fucking thing, the whole
any vital
cockpit.
area.
Covered up most of the treads with just like, dude, a foot of fucking concrete and steel. This thing was fucking impenetrable.
Yeah, and it took them. We'll get to this, but it took them 12 hours just to get the fucking thing open after it was over with.
Well, no shit, dude. When he got in, he dropped a 30-ton fucking shield over the top of it and just took off.
Yeah. So
anyway, yeah, we're getting ahead, but yeah.
Hold on, getting a beer.
All right. Oh, anyway, since you're getting a beer, I'm going to digress a little bit.
Okay.
In my research for this whole story here, I came across a movie from 1974 or 73. Was it 73 or 74? I don't remember. Anyway, one of those years, called Killdozer.
Yeah, I've got that mentioned in my notes.
Oh, do you? I mean, it has nothing to do with this guy because it was like 30 years before that ever happened.
Right.
I mean, I have not seen the movie. It does seem like a movie that I would love because I love fucking cheesy fucking horror movies like from the 70s.
But the thing about it is, we'll just cover it now. The movie that you're talking about was how Killdozer got his name. Although nobody, we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but nobody died in, Marvin Heemeyer's Rampage.
Yeah.
Except for him.
But that's the way he had it planned.
But they named it after that movie.
I figured.
Huh?
I said I figured they called it Killdozer after that movie. I haven't seen that movie and do that. Dude, we should do that for like the first video thing of digressions, dude. Me and you will just sit there and watch fucking Killdozer and get fucking hammered. And then we'll just go, okay.
Oh, hell yeah, but you know what? There was a movie made about Marvin Heemeyer.
Yeah, the one called Tread or whatever you were talking about.
No. I'm talking about an actual fucking movie. Tread was a documentary movie. I'm talking about an actual movie, but it was Russian.
Oh, okay.
And a movie company in Russia said, well, if the stupid Americans aren't making a movie about Killdozer, we will.
Yeah, right. That was a terrible
So
Richard accent, bro. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. But
anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so he basically shields every vital area of the bulldozer with concrete and steel.
Yes.
The thing was bulletproof. It had no windows.
Over a foot in some place. This dude, like some places, it was over a foot thick.
Probably specifically where the windows were and where the engine was.
Oh yeah, dude! If you seen the video of him inside it, dude, where he's got his gun ports, dude. Yeah, dude, it's at least a foot thick, dude. I mean, dude, the guy knew what he was fucking doing. Yeah,
he did. But he covered up the windows and everything with this thing. And in order for him to see, he had these freaking these old ass computers with monitors. He had cameras out there, and he even had the freaking cameras, covered up with with half-inch, bulletproof glass.
So the cops couldn't shoot out his cameras and they couldn't see where he was going, dude. I mean, dude, this guy was thinking, dude. I mean, that's.
Yeah, and
I am very slowly switching sides here, but. The man was fucking just like genius the way he designed this thing and built it. He was like, dude, this is it for me. But they ain't gonna get me easy. It ain't gonna be easy on them.
You know what? If Killdozer went head to head with a fucking tank, an Abrams tank or something like that, I'm not sure who would win that.
Well, dude, if the tank could get a shot off on it, dude, that tank. Them
Killdozer.
Them M1 Abrams fire like 10 millimeter round or more. I don't even know. At least 10 millimeter rounds. The dude that would have penetrated his fucking makeshift armor in a second.
Well, you know what I mean, dude. Why you got to kill my buzz?
Just saying though. But you know what, dude? If he caught if the tank was like rolling through town looking for him and he fucking did like a Jaws attack, came from off screen and fucking hit him in the side or something, dude, that fucking tank wouldn't stand a chance against the thing.
I know. That's kind of where I was going with that.
But I mean, see though, that's like fucking like early 80s horror movie stuff. Like he came from off screen. It's like, how did you not see him? He had to be sitting right there. How did you not see him? If he came from off screen and like broadsided him, like T-boned him, yeah, dude, he'd have flipped that Abrams tank right the fuck over. But if that tank saw him coming, it turned, it could fire on him, dude, he would have been dead in a second.
True, you're right. But I don't know, something just popped into my head where like there was this spoof. I'll be quick. There was this spoof of Knight Rider in a Simpsons episode. It was Night Boat, and it's like they're watching it. It's like, and he's got Michael Knight in this fucking speedboat and everything. It's like, and it's like they're following this guy along the shoreline, and it's like, and then all of a sudden the car that they're chasing like dips in, like bears right, and gets away, and Michael Knight's like, oh well, he got away, and then Nightboat Kit, it's like, wait, there's a channel up ahead, we can go in the channel. So they go into the channel and get it. And then Homer's like, there's always a damn channel.
There's always a damn channel. They always get him from off screen.
I don't know why that popped into my head. But
no, that's good, bro. That's good. I got it. Oh, shit, dude. See, now it's changed. You remember I told you earlier that Tread was on YouTube and it was free?
It's not free anymore?
Now Tread. Now it comes up, Tread, buy or rent.
They heard us talking about it.
Really, dude? Yeah, dude. It wasn't buy or rent earlier when I saw it.
Our freaking phones spying on us heard you talking about how Tread was free on YouTube.
How it was free, and they fucking switched it. Google fucking switched it, dude. Yeah. So don't ever, this is about as tinfoil hat as I get right here, but everybody knows it anyway. Be careful what you say around your phone or your TV, dude, because they're listening.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's like, it's like one time I was talking about buying something, talking about it. I didn't Google it or anything. I was talking to Amy about it, and I was just talking about getting something.
And then all of a sudden on Facebook, there's all ads for that thing you were talking about.
Yep.
Like everywhere you go, it's like fucking, dude, seriously? Like, dude, you go you type in a search, like, dude, okay, now I really want to look for something, and the first thing that comes up is what you just talked about.
And then when you do buy something, the next day you'll get ads for something that you already bought on Amazon.
Yes.
But it'll come up on Facebook.
Oh yeah, always. Or YouTube, dude. Even on YouTube, man.
Yeah, but I bought an countertop ice maker because our place doesn't have an ice maker in the refrigerator. That thing kicks ass, by the way. I love it. And so I bought that, and it's like I've had it for probably 4 months now. I still get ads every freaking day for like the exact same ice maker that I bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he disappeared into his warehouse. He was, and I already said that. No windows on it. The camera, he had cameras out. I already said that too.
Yeah, cameras that looked like they were hooked up to old fucking like Apple IIe's.
Yeah, I mean
that one monitor that he had looked like an old like fucking Apple IIe fucking like, dude. What are you looking? How are you looking at that, dude? Because the Apple IIe was all just green, but it looked like that kind of a monitor.
It was big though.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have been a little bit bigger. It could have been like an IBM.
Yeah, he had the the gun turrets. He had gun turrets.
But he never fired a shot, though.
Yeah, he did. He fired a lot of shots.
Nah, not what I saw.
No, he did. We'll get there. He had like a bunch of semi-automatic guns and everything. He
fired one shot, but no, I don't want to spoil the ending here.
He had some
just in
AR-15.
case you don't know.
He had AR-15s. He had handguns, and he also had a 40 cal, which was mounted. Yeah, which was mounted to shoot out the back of it, and that
he had a 308 mounted on one side and a 50 cal mounted out the other side. But
and there was no door. There was no door.
Why does he have ARs and fucking handguns? I mean, he was obviously not planning to get out.
No, he had turrets. He wanted to shoot people.
He had turrets with the 308 built into it and the 50 cal built into it. It's not like he could change guns.
He had multiple turrets. He was shooting.
He had two, dude. I watched the video. He had two. He had a 308 in one and a 50 cal in the other, dude. And the only shot he fired was the shot that. Never mind.
Right. So we There was no door. Basically, what happened was, it's like once he got into this thing, he had the top of that thing. He had like a crane system in his warehouse where he like lowered this thing onto the top of it, sealing him inside, and he sealed it from the inside.
Yes. Yeah. He wasn't coming out.
No. Yeah. He couldn't get out. Once he was in, that was it. So it's just basically, it's a suicide mission. God told him to. It's all in his tapes. God told him to do it. Sacrifice. He's sacrificing himself. So, with that concrete plant next to the thing, next to his property and everything.
Oh, did he steal the cement to like reinforce his metal plating from the concrete plant? Wouldn't that have been, dude? How ironic would that have been?
I bet that would have been crazy, but what he did was he just bought Quikrete from like Walmart or something.
Oh, see, it would have been so much better if he fucking like snuck over there and stole it.
I know, I agree.
Built this shit and then then get into the rest of the story because now I'm fucking way jumping ahead because we're finally to the fun part.
We're getting there. So with the concrete plant like right next door and everything, he was, all the noise that he's doing and everything, putting this thing together, that would have like raised an eyebrow to somebody. So he worked during the night and he slept during the day.
Yeah.
So that he could work on this thing all night, because he's out in an industrial area. So once 5 o'clock rolls around, everybody goes home. So he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Exactly.
So he sold the property to like the local trash company for $400,000. But the catch was he would still have his shop. The shop was still his.
So that's where he got his money to build this bitch.
Well, yeah, but
because I'm sorry, dude.
Not all of it.
That much plate steel and fucking cement, that's not cheap.
He had a lot of money going into this thing, but the trash company, they had the sewer line hooked up like immediately, like within a day or two. So
he had a toilet now. Nice.
So he but what he did was he took that $400,000 that he sold it to and he gave it to his father. The trash company.
Once again, we have heard radically different versions of this story,
dude. the trash company, a trash company representative came by and he saw Killdozer, but it was underneath a tarp because it was during the daytime. Marv said that it was a huge cooling system that he was designing, and the representative believed him.
Well, dude, when the company sends a stooge out, dude, you can tell the stooge anything, and they'll just go, okay.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'm going to go get my lunch now.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I'm not here to fuck with you or nothing, dude. I'm the company stooge. Whatever you tell me, I'll report back. It's all good.
What would have happened if he hadn't had it covered?
The company stooge probably wouldn't have known what was going on anyway, because, dude, I mean, like, dude, you send people like that out there because they don't have a fucking clue.
True.
If even one person from whatever that sent this dude out there had any fucking inkling that he was like remotely fucking homicidal or maniacal or whatever, they're like, don't send anybody important. You know what I mean?
True. But at the time, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's just get through this. We still have a ways to go. So Marv believed by divine providence that he was not supposed to get caught. So and that the fact that the stooge, as you called it, came in there and he got away with it without the guy seeing Killdozer, that just reinforced
his belief. Yes, I totally get that.
So in 2004, Marv's father dies, and that spins him out of control even more. He just loses his mind about that because he loved his father, as most of us do. But so the father's money, and this is brilliant. The father's money that he had, which was the money that Marv had given to him, was split.
Fuck, dude. Dude, I was because, dude, I got the fucking Tread movie going, dude. I was just about to bust your balls for not mentioning a dude. And then you went splitted, and I was like, dude, it's not even worth what I was going to say.
Fuck. Who did I not mention?
Well, I just saw a guy whose name was Dick Brody.
Okay.
Really?
Remember
Dick
him.
Brody? Broad Dick? Come on, dude. You guys got to be picking up what I'm putting down. Seriously.
Yeah, freaking, that's an awesome porn star name.
Summer 1999. Hold on. Dude, I'm watching the movie that you watched. Push the right button, Dick Fur. What's a Dick Fur? To pee with. Really, dude, it's coming up right now. I swear to God. Summer 1999. Dick Brody, Granby Town Board, 1995 to 2001. This guy has the worst facial hair and a bald head that I've ever seen, dude. I mean, he really looks like a fucking broad dick. Like, literally.
Well, you got like in Seinfeld, you know, Jason
Mulva.
Alexander's character is Mulva. No, he's just like, I'm the porn star, buck naked.
Buck naked, yeah. Anyway.
I really didn't like that show, but anyway,
I liked most of Seinfeld. There was just like there was like stupid shit like that, yeah. But anyway, moving on.
But so, you know, what he did was what he did with his money by sending it to his father was actually kind of ingenious. And I may be skipping ahead in my notes, but it doesn't really matter. We can, you know,
not at this point.
It has to do with this, him like leaving it to his father and everything. But in some of the tapes and everything, he's ranting about how he tried to win the lottery and just go away. But the thing is he had here we go. He had $400,000, and he gave that all away. You know, he all he had to do was keep that $400,000 and not destroy the town, and he would have been fine. You know, so
it's a principle, though, man.
I get it, but
we must smite those that have wronged us.
But the thing is, the way that he did it is because he died, you know, like, you know, life insurance policies and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like if you died during the commission of a crime and all that stuff. By giving his, you know, your money, if you have your money and you die in a commission of a crime, your money goes to the victims. But he sent that money to his father.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was untouchable.
Yeah.
So when his father died, it was distributed to his siblings. You know, he didn't get anything of it after what he did, but you know, it's
plus
so
I'm
really
about to skip ahead again there. God damn it.
Well, he was really smart about how he did that.
Yeah, well, you know, he knows how fucking money works. You know.
Yep.
He was not an unintelligent man. He was just fucking pushed
he was
beyond
a
all
smart
reason.
guy. It was crazy.
I mean, yes, you know, I mean, obviously, I'm like you said, I've kind of changing my mind about things here a little bit. And yeah, he probably was a little bit off the fucking deep end.
Yeah, so
maybe he's not quite the folk hero I thought he was.
No, he's a macho hero is what he is.
We'll get there.
But,
I mean, I built a Killdozer. Yeah, I know. We'll get there though.
So on his property, you know, like shortly before everything happens, he writes a sign. He puts a sign up that says, "Always willing to be reasonable until I had to be unreasonable. Sometimes reasonable men do unreasonable things."
True. Very true.
Yep. And he in his tapes he thanks God, you know, for preparing him all of his life for this moment. This moment.
God, I'm gonna have to listen to those tapes because I mean I saw those too, but
yeah, it's all there. You know, it's all on YouTube.
I know. I'm not doubting you, dude. I believe you. I'm just saying though, like the whole he was the folk hero fucking aspect of the story that I really enjoyed, right. And I thought was, even though I didn't think it was like entirely true, I like to believe that it was. But yeah, dude. I mean, all right, dude. If God told him to do this and he's put it on tape, dude, the guy's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah. You want to just go ahead and drop the bomb now, or you want to wait till the end?
Yeah, keep going, dude. I'm still kind of on his side.
Okay. All right. We'll wait till the end.
But I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm finding out more and more that this guy was crazier than I thought he was. Maybe he's not such the fucking.
No, he's a bro hero. Is what he is.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
Dude, I would have been in there, dude. I would have fucking welded him into the fucking thing, dude. That's how much I fucking would be on his side. But, you know, I mean, at the beginning of this. Now I'm kind of like, you know, not so much, bro.
Well, that's why I said
maybe you should not do this.
That's why I said at the beginning of this, I was just like, okay, there's two divided sides on this issue.
Yes, and I was one, and you were the other. And
well, I was kind of straddling the fence on it. I mean,
I was like way on his side about it all because, dude, that's what I heard about this story. I've always heard the story that the fucking city fucked him. They pushed him beyond his breaking point. He's a goddamn folk hero for what he did. You know, that's what I've always heard.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish that was the case.
But, you know, dude, with what you're telling me, that's why I keep saying, it's like, dude, we obviously heard very different versions of this story. But you know what? But you don't see the thing though is, dude, I know you're not fucking making shit up. I know you do your research and you're telling the story the way it really happened, and that's kind of making me think, like, dude, have I been wrong all this time about this guy?
Right, and I get that, but like I said, I'm kind of on the fence of it because there's like a sick thrill about what he did or what he's about to do and everything. It's just like, because everybody wants to do what he did.
Yes.
Everybody does.
At one point or another, everybody does. And if you deny that, then you're just lying to yourself.
Exactly. So, I mean, so there's a sick sense of admiration about it, but there's also it's just like, okay, what the truth of what happened is, it's just like and I'll cover this in final thoughts and everything. You know,
yeah, we'll get there, but yeah, dude, it's like, all right, my mind is changing.
We're over 2 hours now.
Are we? Holy shit, dude! Yeah, even when you edit it though, dude, you're gonna edit out a lot of shit.
Yeah, we'll be probably about an hour and 40 minutes at this point.
Yeah, that's about our typical.
Yeah, true. I mean, last week was an anomaly. Hour and 20 minutes.
I know. Thank God that one was short. Jesus, that's like, dude, like seriously, dude. I mean, I know this place isn't going to make it into it either, but like, dude, we sit here for like 3 hours recording this shit, and it gets edited down into like an hour and 45, hour and a half, or whatever. Like, dude, like we had to stretch last week's episode to get it to an hour and 26.
Yeah, we did. But we had to do that with William Cruz too.
Yeah, well, but you know what I mean, though, dude. It's just like, nah, dude, this is fucking great. I love this. It's fun, but it's like, dude, I'm like, seriously, dude. We could have told this story in 20 minutes, and then we could just be sitting here bullshitting. But you found you found so many more details than I ever even fucking heard about this story. I'm like, oh, what?
The story wouldn't have been as fun.
Sure it would have. We could have got right to the Killdozer part, just talked about him fucking not. Never mind. Hashtag we'll get there.
So
we're almost there.
So a list of targets that was found afterwards. He had targets at the Dochef plant, his attorney, the judge who had dismissed his lawsuit, people's individual houses like the Thompsons, which I brought up earlier.
Yes, everybody that had wronged him in his mind.
Yeah, the town council building, Patrick the reporter.
Yes.
And
fuck them all.
And there was like literally over 100 targets, and he deemed them all guilty.
In the hardware store, dude, where he got fucked.
Yeah, well, the hardware store, all of the targets that he did, all of the targets, all the places that he hit was somebody that had some sort of grievance, that he, yeah,
or whatever that he thought had wronged him in the whole process of what happened to him.
Right. So, but he declared them all guilty, and that's in his. That's in his. It's in the tapes. It's in the tapes where
he said like, dude, you push so far until something pushes back, and he's like, this is what I was meant to do. or something. Yeah, I remember listening to like a little bit of the tapes, but I didn't listen to the entire thing. Like the whole God told me to do this shit, which is just like totally freaks me out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And
not
now,
the point.
And now we're there.
Yes.
Now we are there.
We're at the good part of this story. At least in my opinion. Yes, dude, you know what he should have done? Exactly that, dude. He should have built fucking speakers.
Put a
to the
loudspeaker
outside of
on.
that and fucking just blasted Flight of the Valkyries while he was fucking rolling through. Oh, dude, that would have been epic. Would have been fucking epic.
Yeah, it would have. I mean, God, that would have been.
I love the smell of a concrete and steel reinforced bulldozer mowing people's buildings down in the morning.
Yeah, and then you got like a big old speaker on it, like in Blues Brothers when they're driving.
Yeah, just blasting Flight of the Valkyries or fucking.
But in the Blues Brothers movie where they're like promoting their show, they got this huge speaker on top of their little police car.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully, all of our listeners know who the Blues Brothers are and have seen that movie. If not, please go watch it. I mean, it's an older movie.
It's a classic.
But you know who's in it?
John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Carrie Fisher.
Princess Leia is in the movie.
Princess Leia is in the movie. And she's batshit crazy, too.
Yeah, she is like the complete opposite of Princess Leia, which is why it's so fucking good. You have to watch the movie. I mean, dude, if you know how much, like, if anybody listens to this has to know what kind of sci-fi fucking nerds we are because we talk about this shit all the time anyway.
Right.
Even though it was meant for the other podcast.
Right. Which we'll get back to it.
Yes, it's going to be a YouTube thing,
but
so look out for that. We'll drop hints and shit.
We're just having so much fun with this one. But anyway, on June 4th of 2004, in a Hawaiian shirt and blue jeans, Marv Heemeyer steals himself into the Killdozer.
Sunday. Except it wasn't a Sunday, but you know, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. So he gets in there and he's got food, he's got ammo, he's got guns, he's got air, he's got water. He's got air.
Air.
He actually built a freaking air tank system so that he wouldn't suffocate and everything.
Yes.
This dude thought of everything except for the big old speaker to do.
I know, right, dude? He needed a big old speaker blasting Flight of the Valkyries, dude.
Yeah.
That would have just made it like just so epic that I don't care what he did, everybody would love him.
Yep. So he's
Dude,
got
this guy fucking busts out of his warehouse, blasting Flight of the Valkyries.
But that's literally what he did
Killdozer.
because when he brought the bulldozer into the warehouse, it barely squeaked in.
Yeah.
Through the doors. But after he put all of his extra armor and everything on it, it wasn't going to. So you know what he did? He just blasted through the frickin' walls.
Yeah, he drove through the wall and went straight to the cement plant.
And on the in that documentary thread, they did a really good job with it. They actually recreated the Killdozer and everything, and they film a scene of the frickin' of it just blasting out of the warehouse.
Man, I'm not there yet.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. And my papers are falling all over the place. Give me a second.
Dude, I thought you had that fixed when you got that music stand.
I do.
Doesn't sound like it.
I got a bunch of pages here.
All right, then.
But I still got the hangers on when you pull up.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Nope.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Paper.
Dude, I'm just fucking with you, bro. Because, you know.
I know. So he blasts out of there and he starts heading over to the concrete plant, and he crushed a little building. And Cody Dochev, he saw the tank coming and he knew that it was Marv. He runs out and he starts shooting with a .38. You know what happened?
That had to sound like this on the inside of that, like. Like, what are you doing, dude? Do you not see what I'm in?
So
it had to sound like it had to sound like BBs just bouncing off of it.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. He probably didn't even hear it.
No shit, dude. I mean, dude, he was like, what is it like? He had fucking like inch fucking thick steel and a foot of concrete.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. Nah, dude, he was fucking invulnerable, dude. He was like, dude, I'm gonna go until this fucking thing dies, and then once that's it, that's it. Oh, no, see, okay, where I'm at in the movie now is he's just buying the fucking Killdozer.
Well, hopefully, I'm pretty sure you'll see the scene that I was talking about where he blasts out of it.
I'm skipping ahead.
But so then they're like, okay, well, they grab this big old steel bar to try and jam into the track and the spindles or whatever, and it just like grabbed it and snapped it like a toothpick when it went over.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was already a fucking 60,000-pound fucking bulldozer.
Yeah,
and he added
like
30,000 pounds to it. I mean, like, really, do you think that doing that is going to... I mean, maybe if it was like a normal bulldozer, that might have stopped it. You might have fucking dislodged the track. This thing weighs almost 100,000 pounds, dude.
This thing
You're
was
not
built
stopping it no matter what.
This thing was built to freaking, like we said earlier, clear freaking rocks, like out of a mountain pass when you're trying to cut a hole.
Yeah. This thing just knocks over anything in its path. Before he added 30,000 pounds to it.
Yeah, before he did all that. Actually, but if they had loaded Killdozer up and taken it over to freaking Iraq and Afghanistan and all that stuff, because that war was like hot and heavy at the time.
Yeah.
And shit, all you have to do is send that thing down there.
Dude, how do you fucking carry? Well, I don't know. I guess they probably could have fucking carried it over there if they really thought about it. But
well, they could have like had it roll onto, roll up a ramp onto an aircraft carrier or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
But then again,
that's not how that shit works, bro.
A Chinook's not going to be able to carry that thing from the aircraft carrier into the desert. That's not going to happen. The Chinook wouldn't have been able to move that thing.
I mean, it could have probably pulled it off, but dude, I mean, you're talking like moving 100,000 pounds. That's like, what is that? 50 fucking tons, right? Or more. 50 tons. I don't know what the carrying capacity of a Chinook helicopter is, but dude, even if you fucking land and pick it up, dude, it's still hanging by cables, dude. How do you have cables that hold 50 tons? I mean, like I said, I have no idea what the carrying capacity of a Chinook helicopter is. Maybe it could do it. No fucking idea. Yeah. But my point is, dude, he made this thing like twice as heavy as it already was. So that's gonna be. I mean, dude, the cops fucking had to drag the thing out, and they had to figure out how to get him out of there, dude. He was in there for like ever.
Well, we're getting ahead.
I know we're getting ahead, but you know what, But I mean, dude, everybody knows this story. If they don't know this story, they should.
Right. So
there's no spoilers. They know how this ends.
It snapped the steel rod like a toothpick. Cody then tried to climb on top of Killdozer, but Marv had freaking greased it with like oil or something, so he couldn't climb up on it because he kept sliding off.
Yeah, dude. Anti-personnel.
So Marv plows into the plant itself. I mean, and he's hitting support beams. Yeah, he's not just like going into the center of the building. He's going onto the side of the building. Yeah, to knock the support beams down.
Yeah, no, he's trying to do maximum destruction.
Yeah, so police arrived, and you gotta think they're like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah, right. Dude, I've only got a 9mm. All right,
yeah, they had a
tac. Okay, that didn't do shit.
A shotgun and a rifle.
All right,
nothing.
But here, on the police's side of this story, they did do the right thing. instead of trying to stop him, they called ahead and evacuated everybody on his fucking warpath.
Right, and you're jumping ahead, but
I know, but dude, everybody knows that's what's coming.
Because right now we're at where Cody jumps into the front end loader.
Yeah, all right, but you know what I mean, though, dude. But see, the cops showed up and they realized they couldn't stop this thing, so they're like, let's get everybody out the way.
Right. So,
which is maybe what he had planned to begin with, and that's why nobody got killed. Just
Cody
saying.
jumps into. It wasn't for lack of trying. Cody jumps into the front end loader, and he's like, "I'm gonna try and ram this." And I'd like at this point, I'd like to extend thanks to Flaccid Jizzless, our buddy
yes.
from over there in Norway. Yeah, because I wanted to make a promo for this, and I did, and Flaccid Jizzless provided the drums or tambourine.
The tambourine, yes.
And everything, and I sent him an email. I'm like, would you do this for me? He's like, he sent me an email about, yeah, I got you. That's all he said. And then,
like, flaccid.
Then the next day, he sends me an audio file with the percussion, the tambourine.
Yeah, don't call it percussion. It's fucking tambourine, dude. He's a tambourine.
It's tambourine. Player. Okay, yeah, he's tambourine.
I mean,
he's
dude,
a damn good one, though. He's a damn good one.
He is. No, I wasn't trying to take anything away from him, but don't call him a percussionist. He's a fucking tambourine player.
Okay. But, so I put some guitar behind it and everything, and I did it, and we're going to play that right now, and go! This week on Monster Truck Wars, we have a battle for the ages. Hailing from Granby, Colorado, driving the frightening front loader, Cody Georgia, the seasoned middleweight veteran with many successful victories over lesser challengers and a record of 30-0. He is the undisputed champion, and his opponent, a newcomer making his Monster Truck Wars debut, introducing Marvin Heemeyer and Killdozer. Weighing in over 100 tons, this upstart has the sights set on destruction. Who will prevail, experience or raw brawn and hunger? Don't miss it. You like that, bro?
I did. That was good.
God,
you should have done that. You should have done the Sunday, because that's always when Monster Trucks went off, dude. The Monster Truck show was always on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. That's cliche, though.
I know, but I would have done it.
I'm surprised he didn't put his hand through the fucking skin on that tambourine.
I know, right? Jesus, he is fucking.
It's just like the songs that we played on the Norwegian black metal episode, of him. They weren't anywhere near that fast.
Yeah, he went off. I mean, dude, I don't know if he was like just holding it there while he was whacking it or what. I don't know.
I don't know what he did, but I guarantee you that his wrist was probably fucking sore. I don't know.
I'm fairly certain he was fucking pulling his pud and just held the tambourine over it to get that fast. I think. I don't know. What the hell do I know, dude? I don't know how. I don't know his process, so
Nah, but we love him, and
we do.
And you know what? When we, hopefully when we start doing events, we'll be able to get him to come over from Norway, and get up on stage with us, corpse paint and all.
That'll be interesting.
That would. I want to. I asked him. He's like, I was thinking about. He doesn't talk much. I asked him about it, and I sent him like a 200-word freaking email about what I had in mind, and he replies me back on, I'll think about it. That's it. He's a man of few words.
Yes, a man of few words.
So Cody jumps into the front loader, and he rolls right up to Killdozer, and he tries to use the front end of the front loader to flip Killdozer over. but Killdozer's too heavy. The front end lifted up into the...
Take two.
Do that over again. The front end lifted underneath Killdozer, and when he tried to lift it up, the back end of the front loader like lifted up 4 feet in the air. That didn't work, so he backed up and he just flat out rammed Killdozer. But he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And the impact of the front loader running full speed, ramming into Killdozer, which is at least 3 times heavier than the front loader. Cody knocked himself out.
Good. Death to the bad guys.
You know what the moral of the story is?
Don't be
of
an
this part
idiot.
right here? Always wear your fucking seatbelt.
Don't pick a fight with a dog bigger than you.
But still, I mean, he hit it so hard that he was only knocked out for like a very short time. But still, he hit the windshield of that thing, and he just laid himself out cold. He came to, and Marv was shooting at him. So he backed the front end loader off, and he got the hell out of there. As you would.
Well, yeah, no shit. Like I said, oops, so, I picked a fight with the wrong fucking dog in this situation.
Yeah, so he's like, so I guess there's a new undisputed champion in the Monster Truck Wars series.
Yeah, well, hands down, dude, it's got to be my man Marv, dude.
Because Killdozer just totally it's just like the front end, the frightening front end loader. That's what he called it. He hit that thing with like full speed.
Everything he had, and it didn't do a goddamn thing.
So the plant was destroyed, like completely. So then he goes on into Mountain Park Electric. That was his next target, by that point the cops had showed up and everything, and they were like shooting their shotguns and handguns and stuff like that, and you know what that did?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Nothing. So Cody actually at one point thought that Marv was remote controlling Killdozer.
Oh, I was wondering if you were going to get to that part. See, the last-ditch effort of the crazy-ass, stupid fucking villain is to come up with the most unbelievable fucking story. He's got to be up there in them hills. You guys get up there in them hills and fucking find him. He's remote controlling it. Nobody's in there.
In order for him to do it like that, I mean, he's already, Marv is already pretty close to being a Bond villain at this point. But if he had been able to sit up on a mountain and fucking remote control that damn thing, he would legit be a living Bond villain.
Yeah, dude, all he needs is like a little midget henchman. And he would like straight up be a Bond villain. No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. All right, I'll give you that. The fact though is that the guy that couldn't fucking stop him with his front end loader fucking backs up and gets out the way, goes, he must be remote controlling it. That is just like last ditch effort of the actual villain of the story.
But I get what you're saying, and it's like when you think about it, it's just like, okay, well, how is he remote shooting his guns out of the fucking thing at him? because he was shooting it. He was shooting
Yes.
at.
Well, you know,
Cody.
according to this documentary, he was shooting. But yeah.
No, he was shooting. There's video of it.
Not that I've seen. I've just seen videos of the bulldozer knocking shit down.
The camera crews hadn't gotten there at that point. But yeah, it's just like, okay, that's just what was said by the survivors and everything. But
by the true villains
still.
of the story. He was shooting at us. I mean, yeah, everybody's seen the videos that he took of inside where he had the guns. Dude, he never fired them guns, dude. All he was concerned about was destroying shit with the fucking Killdozer, dude. He never fired a shot.
Bullshit.
Show me proof. Show me fucking proof of him firing a shot.
It's on YouTube.
And you cannot. It is not, dude. This is a fucking made up fucking movie about him.
No, it's there on YouTube. It's there.
You cannot use the Bible as proof that he fired bullets.
And
because my man would not shoot nobody. He was destroying buildings.
Moses begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Marv Heemeyer, who begat Killdozer. Who? Come on, man.
And on that note, I'm out.
So, the police tried to block Killdozer with cars.
Wow, you're still
and
talking?
Of course,
you did not hear me say on that note, I'm out?
Are you walking out on the podcast?
Come on, dude, really? Dude, I just think, though, that you based a lot of your fucking a lot of your notes on this story on a fucking made-up fucking movie. You know?
I also listen to a lot of podcasts.
So what? You know what I'm saying, though, dude? It's like, where are the real facts? You're basing your facts on a fucking fake documentary.
Nah, he did.
That is told by the fucking villains of the story, not him.
He did shoot. He did shoot, and yeah. Okay. So they tried to block Killdozer with police cars, and of course he rolled right over them.
Yeah,
and,
as you would,
and that
when you built a Killdozer. I mean, dude, if I built a Killdozer, I'd roll right over whatever the fuck got in my way.
Oh, he did. But
why would you?
But
why would you stop? Like seriously?
But he didn't stop.
I built this thing but you know, that's what I mean, though. That's like dumbass cops. Like, here, I want to park my car in front of it. That'll stop him.
Yeah, a fucking...
Dude, he built this thing for the sole purpose of running over shit.
An industrial-sized fucking front-end loader couldn't even stop it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, dude, seriously, you think your fucking little 2,000-pound cop car is going to stop him?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, like I said, dude, that's just the dumb fuck cops. But, you know, whatever. Nothing against police. I know you're just trying to do your job and all that shit, but...
Right,
dude,
absolutely.
Really show some fucking intelligence and well, Mike, this ain't gonna stop him. Let's just stand back and try to get people out of the fucking way, which they did. I give them full fucking credit for.
Oh, absolutely. They were doing. I mean, the cops in this for all, you know, they did their job and they did it well with what they had on hand.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that little tiny town of fucking grab ass, fucking Colorado, whatever the fuck name it was, they had never even imagined something like this happening to them.
Shit, can you imagine him what if he lived in Denver? And he brought that fucking monster into downtown Denver.
Said he never would have made it. I mean, dude, dude, downtown
you weren't going to
Denver,
stop him.
You know, yeah. I mean, dude, it's not stopping him. It's like, dude, it's downtown Denver. There's tall buildings and stuff that are meant to withstand all kinds of fucking other forces, dude. The thing would have ate itself before he even got close to it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean, dude? With all that extra weight that he added to it, the fucking motor in that thing would have ate itself before he could have even got anywhere near downtown Denver.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
You're
dude,
right.
unless he built it in the heart of downtown Denver and then like broke out of that garage.
I was just trying to sensationalize, damn it.
I know, I get it, but it never would have made it. He never would have got away with making it in downtown Denver because somebody went like, "Why is this guy buying so much fucking concrete?"
True.
You know, somebody would have noticed. You know, like, dude,
and Denver doesn't shut down at 5:00 in
yeah,
afternoon.
yeah, dude,
either,
no,
so.
dude, yeah, dude, he would have been found out, dude. You know, like the pimply faced kid at Walmart, like, hey, this guy has been coming in like for the last like 2 months and buying all the Quickcrete that we have.
Yeah, you're right.
He might be up to something. I don't know. His name is Marv something. Marv Heemeyer. I don't know. Something. But yeah, he's doing a lot, and he's stupid. He's putting it on his credit card, so I have all his fucking deets if you want them.
So anyway, one cop manages to climb up onto Killdozer, and he sees no entry, no way into the thing, no windows or anything.
That's because my man had a plan.
So he starts shooting into the air vents. You know what happened?
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing. So, the while he was up there and everything, he shot at the cameras. Like we said, it had bulletproof glass on it and everything. Yeah. So then he drops stun grenades into the vents. Nothing.
You mean like the exhaust for this thing?
Huh?
You mean like the exhaust, right?
Yeah.
When you say vents, you mean exhaust. Because he has no air vents. That's why he had the air tanks inside it. He was sealed in there with air tanks. Like, whatever, like I was just watching, like, the holes they kept showing at top. That's the exhaust for the fucking bulldozer.
Okay.
That he's
that's
fucking, like, encased in concrete and steel. But that's the exhaust. Dude. You blow up the exhaust, that ain't going to do shit.
Kind of like having an exhaust vent suck a freaking proton torpedo into it.
Really? We're going to go there, right?
Why not? But anyway, Killdozer, Heemeyer starts tearing down the Mountain Pike building. And with that, he does this with the cop still on top of Killdozer.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, the cop didn't jump off when he realized that he couldn't do shit. Like, why would you stay on top of this thing?
Well, he's like 20 feet up in the air. Yeah.
And about to be crashed through a fucking building. Jump, motherfucker, jump.
Right. I know.
Dude, it's 20 feet. The fall won't kill you. You might break an ankle or something, but it won't kill you.
Right.
Jump.
Right, exactly.
Because crashing through the wall is about to kill you.
It's better than being crushed. It's better than being crushed by fucking debris falling off of a building that he's knocking down.
Exactly. That's what I just said, dude. Because, dude, jump. The fall won't kill you. Going through that building on top of this thing will kill you.
So, next up was Town Hall.
Yes.
And there was also a library attached to Town Hall. And there were kids... There were kids there, like having a class in the library, and luckily, like you were saying earlier, they put out like a reverse 911 call.
Yes, the cops.
Where they just basically called everybody. Yeah, and it was just like, get the fuck out, but
run.
There's also reports that say that that the cops told him to stay put. Like on this, so I'm not sure. I've heard like conflicting reports. It's like, okay, well, there's something. Yeah, imagine the freaking steamroller from freaking the Austin Powers movie. Imagine that rolling down the fucking street. Although, like,
Move,
20 times bigger.
Move, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Dude,
And then
I'm
they're
about to kill you with a Zamboni. Sorry, Deadpool. I had to throw the Deadpool in there, too, because it was like...
No, I got that.
You know, like that scene where the guy's like crawling across the ice and he's chasing him. I'll be there in 5 minutes. You're about to like, dude, seriously,
So
that's the best shit fucking ever.
yeah, so it's just, and they're telling people. I don't know, because I've seen reports that say both things. One says they told everybody to evacuate. Another report says they told everybody to hunker down. I hope that the first of those two reports was the accurate
The truth.
one.
No shit, right? I mean, dude, and you know what? And I also think, too, that maybe old Marv had that plan. Like, he's like, that's why he went for the cement factory first. He's like, all right, the cops are going to get called. I'm going to get slowed down a little bit. They'll evacuate everybody to where I'm headed, whether they know where I'm headed or not. They're going to evacuate the town. They're going to tell everybody to get out.
But still.
So maybe he planned on doing all that shit just for property destruction and not to kill any innocent people. I'm just saying maybe, like I said, you're kind of turning me on how I feel about this.
But
or maybe he just got lucky and didn't kill any innocent people,
Well, we're getting there. He tried to kill people.
He did.
I mean, he tried to kill Cody Dochev.
Because he's the bad guy. Of course, you try to kill the bad guy. I know. I keep flip flopping, but I'm still like I said. Bill is like kind of maybe changing my side of this, but I still think that motherfucker and the fucking city council and all that. I still think they were the bad guys in the story and just drove this guy to the point of no return.
10 years, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. 10 years of being fucking picked on by everybody, dude. Wouldn't that fucking drive you over the edge?
They didn't start fucking with him till after 10 years. Come on, man.
See, though, that's your side of the story.
That's the side of the story.
My side of the story is the guy's a goddamn folk hero that was picked on for years and totally fucking fucked out of his business.
Yeah, there were kids in the town hall, in the library, but they were luckily evacuated. And the cops at that point fired armor-piercing bullets at the thing, and
they just
went. You know what happened?
Bounced right off of it like nothing.
Yeah. Next was Maple Street Builders. They leveled that place. Police at this point he's shooting at people through the turrets that he put in there. He has a.
And now by people you mean the bad guys like the city council and the cops, right? Because they're still the bad guys in this story. Even though you're starting to turn me, I'm still on his side.
Patrick the reporter. And this is coming from that interview that was done with him by the guys on True Crime Kent. No, he shot at him. A bullet whizzed by his head. Marv missed.
Of course, a bullet whizzed by his head because liars make up stories like that.
But he at this point he goes after the newspaper building where Bauer was.
Yeah, because he fucked him.
Bauer made it out. But he had to make it out he didn't get the robocall. As soon as that freaking big old freaking scoop on the front of that thing came through, he hauled ass out the back of the building and made it out. But Marv shot at him and he almost hit him. He missed.
Yeah, says all the bad guys that fucking. He shot at me. Shots were fired. Yeah, dude. You know what? I'm not even going to go there, but it's all right. Carry on, because we're already way too long, and I could go on to another fucking little Digression, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. So next was the Thompson family. They were. They were. It's just, the house was apparently there downtown, which is strange, but it could have been one of those things where it's just like, okay, you got your house and you got your house and your business in the same building and live downtown. I mean, that's not uncommon. But it just doesn't say what the case is. But the Thompsons were gone. But their 82-year-old mother was there, and she was evacuated just in time. But shortly after they got her out of that house and everything, the house was crushed.
Huh.
He then started, declaring war on, because the Thompsons had several businesses in the downtown area as well.
Oh, were they living in all of those too?
No, they were just businesses. The people that were running these businesses had nothing to do with Marv, but Marv knew that the Thompsons owned these buildings, so he leveled them too.
The evil must pay.
At one time, he pushed a pickup truck into one of the buildings, and it folded in half before the walls gave away.
Huh?
I mean, he folded a pickup truck in half.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I don't care. All right, it's 2004. What year was the truck?
It doesn't say.
I know, but see, that's the thing, though. It doesn't matter because, dude, even
if it was like
even an all-steel truck from like the 50s or the 60s would have been folded in half because 100,000 tons of fucking Killdozer bearing down on you is going to fold anything in half.
Right. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered if it was.
I know, but I was just wondering what year the truck was because that's how my mind goes. Tater chip.
Okay. Well, at this point, news crews and crowds were starting to show up. Footage. Yeah, there's all sorts of footage from this. From like helicopters and ground crews and everything.
Yes.
It's all on YouTube. So police start using the biggest guns that they have, and they even call in a SWAT team that had artillery.
Yes.
You know what happened?
Nothing. Yes, they used
nothing.
Like not large explosives, but like hand grenades or something they threw at it in and just didn't do shit.
Well, they did call the National Guard, but it was over. I mean, this whole rampage was only like 2 hours. The National Guard wouldn't have been able to get there in time.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they did call the National Guard.
Well, well, they should have. But yeah, it's like, what are you going to do?
So he starts heading. At this point, he starts heading. Heemeyer starts heading toward Independent Gas Company. And they had like huge propane tanks out there, and they were also near houses, or maybe it was propane, maybe it was natural gas. And I know that, according to MythBusters, nothing. It's just like if you shoot a propane tank, it's not gonna blow up.
It doesn't explode.
It could turn into a projectile, and I'm just trying to get through this because we're running really long on this episode. Bro. But still, maybe it was natural gas, whatever. But this was near, this was near a nursing home. Yeah, he was shooting at the tanks. But with his 40 cal, but he missed. The armor that he had built made it impossible for him to get an accurate shot off, because what he had done, he had built it up and everything, and it's like the way he had the turrets formed and everything. This is the one imperfection that he did in his plan for the Killdozer. Because what happened was like he was trying to shoot it out there, but it had a ripper on the back of it, so his bullets were hitting the ripper.
Okay.
So luckily,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, at first I'm like, the fuck's a ripper knife? Then I've just like, then the image of it came to my head. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah. So, so he gave up on that, and then next he went like into the heart of downtown. The cops used like a huge construction vehicle to block like a.
Yeah, they used like a grater or something, like the big.
Just like one of those things that rips up like old roads.
Yeah, a grater. That like flattens the ground before they put the road down.
Yeah, and he just plowed right through it.
Yeah, dude, dude, that thing didn't stand a fucking chance.
No,
it's a nice try. I give him credit for trying. What's the biggest thing we got?
Style points.
What's the biggest thing we got? We got a grater. All right, bring it in. And he just mowed right through it. Not mowed right through it, but he just like pushed it out the way like it was nothing.
But the freaking I gotta think that Cody's front loader was bigger than this.
Yeah, possibly. But you know what I'm saying though. The cops like, dude, nothing we've done has worked so far. What's the biggest thing we got around here?
Yeah. I mean, it's just
all right. Try that.
And then next up, he goes to the hardware store, and at this point, smoke is like billowing out of the engine and everything. It's over. It's overheating.
Yeah, it's totally overheating. He's like stressed that
because
motor.
it's like one thing that he didn't do. One thing that he didn't do was he added all this weight to it, and the dozer had been running for like almost 2 hours at this point, and everything, carrying like almost twice
the weight it was meant to carry.
Yeah, so the radiator blew.
Yes,
but he kept running at it.
The Killdozer was dying at this point.
Yeah, it was
so sad.
Yeah. So the hardware store. And he goes in to the side like he did with every other building that he leveled, and but one thing that he didn't know was that this store had a basement in it.
Yes.
So when he got to the point to where the basement was, Killdozer tips over and it's stuck.
Yes.
And there was no backing out of it or anything like that.
Not that he didn't try. He tried to get out, but
no, he tried. He tried to reverse that shit.
The motor was done. The Killdozer was done.
Yep. So he turns off Killdozer. He just turns it off and everything. And at that point, when he turned the engine off, cops were saying, "Get ready for a firefight." Get ready for a firefight, because they thought that he was going to come out all guns blazing. But no, he didn't do that.
No.
He just shot himself in the mouth.
Yeah.
All quiet, and the whole thing lasted just a little over 2 hours. The whole rampage lasted a little over 2 hours.
Yep. Killdozer, dude. Once he sealed himself in that, dude, he was never coming out. That was his plan.
Yep. And they tried to use once they realized that he had like basically sealed himself in there, like he wasn't coming back out and everything, realized just how intricate, how impenetrable this thing was and everything. They tried to use explosives on it to open it up, and you know what happened there?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
So, just man, like I said, I think this is kind of why, like, the whole, like, the folk hero is because, dude, he designed this thing to be fucking impenetrable, and it was,
and it was.
A lot of crazy dudes think that, I'm going to build this thing and it's going to be great, and they get shot in like 2 seconds and they're dead.
But you know what? If this thing had kept going on before Killdozer just basically died,
Yeah.
if the National Guard had come there, they would have found Killdozer to be a very formidable enemy.
Yeah, they would. I mean, dude, they would have had to call in an airstrike to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, they would have had to call in like F-16s or Apache helicopters or something like that. I mean,
something with like some serious fucking an A-10 Warthog, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the bullets that fucking Warthogs fire? Those 20
Oh,
millimeter
God,
rounds, dude. Those things are bigger than your fucking arm.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like 700 of them on board, dude. It's
but
like,
you know what?
all they got to do is like
they
would
have
shots,
just.
And you're
They would
done.
have just. No, it would have taken a few shots to weaken it, and then they would have gotten it.
Not if they called in an A-10, dude. That fucking Warthog would have just disintegrated a fucking Killdozer.
Yeah, true.
Dude, the A-10 Warthog has been around for so long, and it's still the go-to plane when you need to fucking take out fucking shit, dude. What do you call?
Yeah.
You don't call the F-111. You don't call the F-22 Raptor.
Right. They tried to use explosives to open Killdozer, and nothing happened. They wound up having to use like heavy industrial strength torches to just like rip it apart and take it off. It took them 12 freaking hours to do it. You know, to just to get the damn thing open.
Right.
It took them 12 hours.
Well, how long did it take him to build the fucking thing? You know, like, dude, I would be impressed. Dude, you got it open in 12 hours, dude. You know it took him 3 months to fucking build this thing, right?
Something like that. I mean, he built it really quick. But
anyway.
but they estimated he did $7 million worth of damage to the Granby, and 13 buildings were destroyed.
All the bad guys.
Now Marv was cremated, and his ashes were given to ex-girlfriend Trisha.
Oh, she's back in the story.
Yes, I told you she was going to show up at the end, but he, her ashes were scattered in the mountains, and she and some of his snowmobiling buddies went up and they did it, and they spread his ashes on his favorite snowmobiling trail.
Aw.
Yay. Whatever.
It's a happy ending after all.
But this story made nationwide news for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Well, made worldwide news for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Because the very next day, Ronald Reagan died.
Old Ronnie Reagan.
Old Ronnie Reagan. And that took away all of the, just all of a sudden Killdozer.
All of a sudden nobody gives a shit. Yeah.
Right. But
and that probably helped add to the folk hero status of his
right, and I get that
story.
Totally
that it was like,
but
oh, dude, they totally fucking just chopped him out of it. Whatever. You know what I mean. And anyway, all right,
so, but after the fact, Killdozer was scrapped. They ripped it apart and they sent like pieces of it to like different recycle yards like in the region because they didn't want people like coming to get souvenirs and everything. I got like Indiana Jones vibes from that. It should be in a museum.
Yeah, they should have kept the original one. Yeah. I mean, I realized they had to fucking take it apart to get his fucking dead ass out of there.
And think of the freaking tourism revenue that little town could have gotten. If they had just like built a building and put that fucking thing in it.
I mean, dude, even if it was just the original dozer, once they got the top of it off or whatever, dude, like, dude, this is Killdozer.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure the cement.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'm pretty sure that that Cody Dorchev's plant has been rebuilt and it's in operation.
Should be a museum, absolutely. Fuck yeah, I would too, dude.
Yeah, build the museum there. I mean, yeah, it's just like Cody Dorchev. It just took years. I mean, they actually rebuilt it and everything. It's not in a the rebuild is not in Granby. I'm not sure where it is, but it's just like, yeah, they did rebuild it, and for that, tread thing, they did a hell of a job rebuilding that damn thing. And it looked just freaking like it. But still, it's just like they should have freaking, just put the whole thing in a freaking museum.
Yes. Yeah, no, just to see the actual size of it. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they could have put it back together and then stuck it in a museum somewhere. Even if the museum was
totally
in Denver or something.
Seriously,
but
it should have been in a museum, and you charge people like $100 just to fucking look at it. That town would be like,
but now
I'd pay $100 just to look at it.
It like to quote Indiana Jones, it should be in a museum. Yeah, I would go see it. I mean, shit, just look at it, and it's just like you got to realize, it's just like, okay, I'm 6'4". That thing is taller than like 2.5 of me. Right. I mean, it's just, and I'm not. They did what they had to do. They didn't want people vandalizing it, but they weren't thinking outside of the box. I would too, but still.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah,
$50, whatever. Dude, it's not about. Nobody in the town
Right.
is going to want to see it. It's the tourist element, like you said.
Right. It's like
you said,
Cody's like.
Yeah.
Cody's like, okay, well, my plan will bring new jobs and all that stuff. Well, you know what? Tourism. Guess what? Guess what happens? People come there to start seeing Killdozer and everything. Guess what? That's going to bring more people to the area, and you know what? More businesses are going to pop up, and guess what? Your town grows.
Yeah. No shit, dude. Exactly right.
But listening to that interview on True Crime Kent with the reporter. I don't have his name now, but Patrick Bauer.
Patrick Bauer.
Yeah. When he's just like, there's not a single, there's not an Applebee's in that town. There's not an Outback in that town. It's like there's like literally nothing there. It's like tiny.
Yeah.
And so, but you know what? If they had made a Killdozer frickin' true crime museum, then
right.
You know what? There'd be a lot more than that.
They'd have had J.C. Penney.
I mean, they'd have to put up hotels for people to come in, and see the thing.
Yeah.
They'd have to put in more restaurants and everything, more grocery stores and all that stuff. They would have to do a lot. I mean, I'm not knocking them. I mean, they did what they thought they had to do, and you know what? That's fine.
No, but I totally get what you're saying. It's like, dude, make a tourist attraction out of it.
Right. I want to. I would love to see it. I don't care to see the
it.
replica. Actually, you know what? I'd like to see the replica.
Oh yeah,
I would.
No, fuck yeah, dude.
But I'd rather see the real fucking thing.
Exactly. But, dude, I get it. Whatever.
So, in wrapping up, whose fault was it?
It depends on which side of the story you take.
Well,
my side, where I've kind of been the entire time, I think it was the city council's fault, and there's the town that turned against him.
10 years.
Although, listening to everything that you had to say, and I said it a bunch during this, like, dude, I heard a different story than you did.
Right.
And, maybe now I'm thinking that maybe he wasn't such the, folk hero, the good guy, and maybe he was a little bit fucking unhinged.
Wacky.
And honestly, dude, thank God he didn't kill anybody.
But it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Dude, he did, but you know what though? But yes, he did a whole lot of damage to this little town. And I don't know. I think maybe it was like a combination of things. I don't think that he is quite the folk hero that the stories I've heard about him make him out to be. Obviously not. I think he was obviously a little unhinged, and I do not agree with how he reacted to things. But at the same time, it's like, dude, if you push a man enough, he's going to do fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, the story you told me is not the story I heard. So it's like, dude, if they were giving him all these chances that you say they did, which is probably true. I'm not denying that that's probably the way it really went down. And he was just fucking unhinged a little bit to begin with.
Right. Wait, when we were planning this episode, and I'm talking to the listeners here.
Yes.
When we started planning this episode, we were trying to do it to where, like, Todd would take the hard right approach where this guy's like a freaking, like hero and everything, and I would take the other side of that.
Yes.
And, as like, I'm not going to say left wing because I don't really think that, I really don't think that, it's just like the people that have gravitated to Marv Heemeyer, it's predominantly the alt-right.
Yeah.
And it's not, and
I'm
so
not. I'm a centrist for sure, but I do like the conspiracy theory kind of stories.
But what we were trying to do is kind of like illustrate absurdity by being absurd. But the thing is I guess because it's just like Todd.
I switched sides.
In parts of this episode that are going to get cut out and everything, Todd's just like, "You're telling me something that I didn't know. I can't." He was basically saying it's like I can't do the alt-right thing with a straight face based on what you're telling me.
Yeah, no, dude, I was just playing a part. I was taking his side of the story because. That's what we were trying to do. I heard like the folk hero side of his story.
What we were trying to do is just like have like an alt right go against just like the
facts,
like a non. Well, yeah. So but it didn't work out that way. I mean. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, we got a little off track, and I kind of switched sides a little, but I kept flip flopping though. I kept going back to the other side, but it wasn't how we had it planned. I mean, we had it planned, and we were going to do all this, and I still think it kind of worked because
Well, I mean, Todd and I went at each other a little bit. Yeah, we were just fucking around, obviously, but we did go at it a little bit, but not as much as we had planned.
No, it was supposed to be different, but it.
Yeah,
other circumstances fucking prevailed, and this one has gone on way too fucking long, and it just needs to be over.
It has. Yeah. So anyway. Let's wrap it up. The movie Tread came out in 2019 and everything. There's a Russian movie called Leviathan in 2014 that was released. It was made about Marv Heemeyer and Killdozer. Russian. I haven't seen it. It was just something that came out in like research and everything. The 1970 movie that you were talking about, Killdozer.
Yes.
It was about a demon-possessed bulldozer that killed a bunch of people.
I figured. So that's what the picture looked like. I knew it had to be something dumb like that. So
basically, I'm looking at dates here. I love Stephen King and everything, but I think Stephen King might have gotten some inspiration for Christine from watching that movie. Although I'm sure that Stephen King's Christine book and the movie is better than that.
Oh, I know, dude, movie. But I'm so gonna watch that fucking Killdozer movie from 1973 because it has to be just total fucking like.
We'll cover that on digression. Yeah. We'll cover that on digression. We'll watch it together.
We'll sit there and watch it and just fucking get hammered and fucking just like pick it apart.
And we'll tell people where to find the movie, where to start it. We'll start it in 3, 2, 1, start it, and then they'll hear our commentary.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. It's we'll figure it out. But
yeah,
the whole doing videos on YouTube is still kind of new to both of us. So we're
we have another podcast, and it's called Bill and Todd's Excellent Digression, and it's where we take. Where we give movie reviews and TV show reviews and stuff like that, and we just shoot the shit. I mean, we've got about 20 episodes out on it, mainly about Star Wars series and Star Trek series. But we kind of put it on the back burner because we're thinking it's just okay, this is more of a YouTube thing than a podcast that you would listen to on Spotify this one.
Yeah, it's somewhere you need to see us fucking getting drunk and totally fucking going into digressions.
Right. And so it's that podcast isn't going away. We're going to revisit it sooner rather than later, hopefully. But sooner rather
we have plans to resurrect it in a different format, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more enjoyable because, I mean, honestly, I get it. It's dude, you're listening to two dudes talk about sci-fi shit that you might not be interested in or whatever. But if you see, two dudes fucking drinking beers and watching a fucking movie and talking about it, you're probably going to like different. That a whole lot more. And, dude, it's not all going to be watching movies. I mean, it's mostly just going to be me and Bill fucking drinking beers and talking about shit we like. Kind of like the podcast was, but at least you'll see us.
But the thing is Todd and I were podcasting before podcasts were a thing.
We were, dude. Seriously, we would literally sit there and talk for hours,
all night long,
and just
about
for hours about shit and
Star Wars, Star Trek.
That's kind of where the Digressions podcast came from, but we weren't able to recreate it the way we wanted to. So we're going to try a different approach.
Exactly,
and maybe it'll work out better. Maybe it won't. Who knows? We'll jump off that bridge when we get to it.
I love that quote. That's like a Todd. That is like a Todd exclusive quote right there. We'll jump off that bridge when we get there.
We'll jump off that bridge when we get there.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up right now. Todd has a band.
I do, and if you listen to any of that podcast, you know what it is. Fuck off, I'll buy you a beer.
And he'll buy you a beer. And my stuff's on Spotify and all that stuff. Bill Selby, blah blah blah. And anyway, this episode's gone on way too long. Yes. So until next week, later.
Cheers, everybody.